Ladies and gentlemen, if you could please stand, and gentlemen, remove your caps, and join the marching Oiler Brass for the playing of the University of Finlay alma mater, followed by our national anthem, directed by Mr. Joseph Lewis, Director of Bands at Ashland University.
you being mean? Thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny? It's a dreamy. Whipped it on the dreamy. I got fans finally. And she wanted me to see me. I thought you want this for my life. For my life. Said you wanted to see me die. You lied, just say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me. Hey, Panini, don't you be a meanie. Thought you wanted me to go. Why you trying to keep me teeny? Now they need me. No more on the screen. No, they used to love me. So what happened? What's the meaning? I thought you want this for my life. For my life. Said you wanted to see me die. You lied. Now when it's all done, I get the upper hand. I eat a big bitch, not another fan. But I do want you as a fan. I'm a little sick, I don't mean to make a mess, but I need you to say to me what you want from me. Just say to me what you want from me.
Chickens.
My
name is Tony. Umpire is Jimmy. Here's my coin. Green logo heads, blue eyes tails. Heads, tails. Afternoon visiting team with the call. Tails is called. Ashland won the toss, selected for the second half. Ball. Number 2, opening kickoff. Men, shake hands and good luck. All right, Oiler Nation, give it up for your University of Finlay Oilers.
Winsler, 216 yards a game through the air. He also has 42 rushes for a total of 76 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns to go along with his other numbers. that include 2,000 yards through the air, 19 touchdowns, just the 4 interceptions, and really hasn't thrown one since the Ohio-Dominican game early in the season. He's joined in the backfield by Brian Benson, 5'8" junior out of Mansfield, Ohio, who comes into the season with some pretty good, or comes into the game with some pretty good numbers as well. 130 carries, 783 yards, 2 touchdowns for him. Meanwhile, across that offensive line, you got Logan Bailey at the left tackle, 6'6" senior. Andrew Dickinson, 6'3" senior at the left guard. The center, of course, Neil Davis, also a senior. And then the senior at right guard, 6'2", 285-pounder Clay Colvin. The one underclassman is the junior Corey Henthorn at the right tackle position, 6'4", 315. Your wideouts, Tanner Schrader on one side, the true freshman out of Macomb, Ohio. The other wideouts expect William Moorhan, the 5'11" senior out of Lakewood, California. Ruben Flowers, the 6'3" junior out of Lima, Ohio. And then the tight end, expect to see quite a bit of Mike Riggerman, the freshman out of Arcade, New York. Meanwhile, on that defensive front for the Ashland Eagles, Michael Hopewell is out, the nose tackle, the 6'1" senior, joined by a 6-foot sophomore, Dominique Kimball. Legacy, we'll talk about a little bit later. Number 54, Scott Valentine, the 6'1" junior out of Ashland. Jordan Sweat, the transfer from Middle Tennessee State, will be at one corner. The other corner will be Justin Moore. The linebackers, Tristan Reichfelder, Clay Shreve, who we mentioned earlier, Ryan Corcoran, and Michael Ayers. And then the two safeties, Cedric Frierson on one side, the 5'11" senior, and C.J. Chowns, the 5'10" junior on the other. Kickoff fielded at about the Oilers' 6-yard line, bring it to the near side. Found a little bit of seam, but then tripped up as he crosses the 25-yard line is Derek Lynch to lead things off for the Oilers, and that's where the Oilers are going to go 1st and 10. They say his knee went down right at that 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Oilers here. Most of the season, the Oilers have gotten off to good starts on the offense on that first drive, and that would go to get a victory over Ashland. That would go a long way today if they can open up that way. Open up 2 receivers to the left. Single receiver on the near side is Flowers. Bringing man in motion, that's Lynch. Bobbled snap, it's on the deck, and falling on it is Lynch. I don't know that Matt ever saw that snap come to him cleanly. He bobbled it immediately. Lynch, who was coming in motion, and I think they wanted to run some action with him out of the backfield, he manages to fall on it back inside the 15. Well, back at the 16 is where they're going to say that was recovered. So a loss of 9 for the Oilers, not the way they want to start. 2nd and 19, this time 4 receivers, 2 to each side for the Oilers. Winsler with a back slid to his right is Benson. And he'll get the give. Hands off, comes to the near side, bounces it across the 25 and out near the 30. Got back what was lost on the fumble, plus about 5 or 6 more. And makes it into a 3rd and manageable situation, 3rd and 5. Oilers got him looking past as everybody fell off into the flats there, and then the draw handoff to Benson. Picks up 14. 4 receivers again, this time 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Benson stays in the backfield to the right of Winsler. Straight drop, looks. Now he's flush from the pocket. Nobody open downfield. He's going to have to tuck it and run, and might actually lose some yardage there as he was forced out of bounds. Oilers just did a bunch of check down routes, but the Eagles had it all covered up. Nobody open. And then good pressure forced him from the pocket. Bring on Heben Street, so a 3 and out for the Oilers. Send one man back deep. That's Bolin. Heben Street, who has been outstanding in his freshman punting campaign. Snap, picks it off. And that's a wobbler. Keep in mind, that was into the air. Does take an Oiler hop and roll. And is going to be down right at the 36-yard line. So he hit that bad boy, but that wind kicked up just as he went to kick it. And really blew it back, but the hop and roll went to the Oiler favor. So now we see the first look of the Ashland offense led out by Austin Brenner, Giovanni Washington, the running back, the freshman out of Youngstown in the backfield. The aforementioned Logan Bowen will be at one wide out, Jake McLaughlin the other, and then keep an eye on that tight end, Michael Schweitzer. 3 receivers all to the right, handoff to Washington. He tries the middle, cuts it back to the left, found a seam on that side, takes it all the way out to his own 45-yard line. A pickup of 9, 2nd and 1 coming for the Eagles. Eric Fada-Huntsy had to come up to make the stop for the Oilers from the secondary position. Eagles right back at it, 2 to the right, 1 to the near side, plus a flex tight end on that right side. Brenner from the gun with Washington to his left. Throw it out in the flat, complete, and stepping out of bounds right near the midfield stripe. That was Justin Davis, 5'6" senior, out of Bishop Kearney High School in Rochester, New York. Fresh set of downs. Ball right at the midfield stripe. And again, Ashland right back at it. Cluster of 3 receivers to the left. Tight end tight to the formation. Play action fake. Look, flushed. Now looking to make something happen. A good tackle in space. Miles comes up and drops him for a 1.5 yard loss. Good coverage downfield as well. Jefferson, Fada-Huntsy, Caldwell had everybody covered up downfield as the Eagles were looking for the strike down the field. And then good pursuit by the linebacker, Miles. 2nd down and 11. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Slot the tight end and put him in the backfield. Washington to the right. He'll get the handoff and he'll go to the right and runs into a mass of humanity. Then kind of twisted his way and gets it to the Oiler 48. Pickup of 3. Sets up a 3rd down and 8. Oilers will change up personnel almost across the board. 2 receivers to the right plus that tight end. 1 to the near side. Washington this time to Brenner's left. Back. Oilers bring the blitz. Throw across the middle, wide open. Oilers got caught Chris Jefferson on the inside, and a nice job with the run and the catch by Justin Davis. Gets the 1st down. And takes it down to the Oiler 29-yard line. 3 all strung to the right. Tight end on the left end of the line. Brenner back, wants to throw, throws the quick check down, and not a lot there for Bolin. Well, actually, he got more than he got. Then the ball came popping out. Are they going to say it popped out as a fumble, or are they going to say he was down? By all indications, it looks like they're saying he was down, and he covered it up himself anyways. Deceiving play, actually picked up 5 yards. 2nd and 5 coming for the Eagles. And again, they're right back at the line of scrimmage with 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Fake the give to Washington. Quarterback's going to keep it. Avoids a man in the backfield and then drives it to the left side. Short of the 1st down by about 3 as he picks up 2. Oilers had a shot in the backfield but missed it. You heard Coach talk about he can make some plays with his feet, a degree of backyard ball. That was a designed run, but they were hoping to get him out in space and let him improvise. Brenner, an even 6 foot, 193-pounder. GLIAC Freshman of the Year last year. Goes 2 receivers to the right, tight ends on each end of the line. Rolling. Looks, throws, intercepted by the Oilers, and breaking it up the field. Just got to beat Brenner across midfield and then submarined inside the Ashland 45-yard line. And an outstanding play for the Oilers. Read the eyes all the way, did Cade Rogers, and stepped in front of the intended receiver. And the 11th interception of the year thrown by Brenner. And the Oilers get another takeaway. Outstanding read by the Oilers, Cade Rogers at the safety position. And the Oilers move to plus 13 on the season in the plus minus and put the offense in good field position at the Ashland 43. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. See how the Oilers handle the sudden change. Play action, throw out, complete to Flowers. Dipsy Doodle move, gets him the first down before being pushed back. Well, why are they spotting him back there? He got put, wow, that's not a very favorable spot. He made a move, got across the sticks. Now they will adjust. The other official came in and corrected the other official. And they say it is enough for the first down. Initially, the official right there on that side actually backed up 3 yards. But then the head linesman corrected him. 1st and 10 for the Oilers at the 33 of Ashland. 2 to the right. Tight end in there, fullback in there. Give to Benson. He hits the line, bounces off one, drags another, still pushing and gets another first down. Or they're going to say he steps out just a yard shy of the first down. But good hard running by Benson, who carried a linebacker with him for about 4 yards. 2nd and 1 for the Oilers. Got a little pop here going on this drive off of the interception by Cade Rogers. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Fake the give, quick throw to the tight end, Luke Stoffel, who takes it down inside the 5. Oilers love that play, and you can see why. They're going to spot him right at the 5, it appears. So 1st and goal for Finlay from there. Clock moving, 7:45 and counting. Oilers threatening to put the first points of the game on the board. Stoffel will go wide to the right. Then put a couple more tight ends on the line and one in the far slot. So this is the first time I can remember seeing this formation this year by the Oilers. Benson back in behind. The give to Bryant. Starts left, bounces, still working, pushes for the line. Touchdown Oilers. Benson into the end zone for the touchdown. And that was just good, persistent work by Bryan to find the end zone. Get his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and the Oilers are on top early, 6-0. Bring Demler on for the point after try. One of the few glitches for the Oilers last week was in the extra point game. Schimler or Holder. I believe the snapper, spot back. Kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:06 left in the first. Oilers take the early 7-0 lead. Back in a moment. We're going to keep it here as I get a message, so we must still be working on the system back in the studio. We will keep it here, and we'll take a look and take a look at the rest of the GMAC schedule today. Get you updated on that. This, of course, is the early game at 1 o'clock. Hillsdale and Tiffin. That could be an interesting matchup as well. Meanwhile, it's Walsh and Alderson Broadus also starting at 1 o'clock. That one in Philippi as the Cavaliers try to keep things going as their play has improved as the season has went along. But I'll tell you that Hillsdale-Tiffin matchup that is at Frost Kyle now, that could be a big game in the GMAC standings before everything's all said and done. Also at 1 o'clock, Kentucky Wesleyan and Frostburg State, and then Ohio Dominican hosting Lake Erie. All those games at 1 o'clock in the GMAC. Two men back, getting ready to field the kickoff from Demler, kicking into the wind. He'll go with the high, short spinner. Fielded on the run at about the 17, then bounces it all the way across the formation. Oilers doing a pretty good job of containment. All of a sudden he sneaks out and is going to finally be forced out of bounds. We'll see where the official spotted. He was dancing along that sideline for a while, and it looks like they're going to give him all the way out to the 35, so pretty good improvisation. But as I said, that wind has picked up as the day has went along. If you've been outside maybe raking some leaves today, you know what I'm talking about. It is a brisk day. Every place except in my booth. So here comes Ashland trailing 7-0. Under 7 minutes left here in the first quarter. 2 receivers to the near side. Play action. Rolls to the 2 receiver side. Flush from the pocket and just throws it away. Threw it towards the feet of Bolin. And good coverage by the Oilers. Jefferson had rolled over to help out Caldwell here on the near side with Bolin. And then he got flushed from the pocket, was getting some pressure from Kyle Gibson amongst others. Second down and 10. 3 receivers in a cluster to the right. Pitch to Washington to that same side. That's a straight screen all the way. And nicely executed by the Eagles. All 3 of those receivers out there picked up a body, and then Washington with his athleticism. You can see what Coach Keys was talking about when talking about Washington, similar to the McLaughlin kid from Notre Dame, but not the same kind of burst and speed, but it's got that same elusive running style. 2 receivers to the left, slot a fullback on this side as well. The give to Washington, looks, and nice job by the Oilers. They swarm over, hold that to no gain. Trombetti leading the charge there for the Oilers. So now 4th down and 3, and Ashland, of course, Brenner also is a punter. So they can get a little creative here. They're going to line up like they're going offensively here. But Ashland in the past has done this where they'll shift. But it looks like they're going to go ahead and gamble. Nope, pooch punt. Angling kick. They had snuck Tanner Schrader back. Takes a hop, a skip, and a roll. Checks up inside the 15 and around the 13. So a good punt. Tanner Schrader was back there, but that was a difficult ball to field, as the wind kind of picked it and carried it a little farther. But the Oiler defense forces a stop. They force the interception on the first series by Ashland, and now the punt, the 3-and-out, on this second possession. Bring back the offense fresh off the touchdown. Open up with 2 receivers split to the near side here. That's the wide side of the field. Tight end in motion. That's Stufel from left to right. Back and quarterback draw kind of look. And not much there. Give him to the 15. Tried to get behind Stufel there, but couldn't see who it was from one of the Eagles able to slice in there. This Eagle defensive front is a good one. It's a big one. Michael Hopewell, the nose tackle, 6'1", 296 senior. Kimball, 6 foot 296 at the defensive tackle. And the end is the small guy, 6'1", 226. Look, then throws and just a little bit wide. Wind might have caught that a little bit as well. Was looking for Richardson on the near side. Threw his hands as he was trying to work back towards the ball. And the Oilers looking at a 3rd down and 9 now. Check out the fullback, Brown, and bring in the extra receiver, Schrader. So it'll be Schrader, Stufel, and Richardson split to Winsler's right. That's the wide side of the field. On the short side by himself is Reuben Flowers. Slagle in the backfield for Finlay. Winsler, the straight drop, steps up, throws through the hands of Stufel. Would have been a 1st down and then some, but a rare mid-drop by Stufel. A little bit high, but he'll tell you he should have caught that one. But this weather made a nasty turn cold, and I think it was colder than most people expected. And one of the first places you're going to see that is grip of a football and receivers trying to catch. So bring on Heben Street. Again, remember, kicking into the wind. Bolin back around midfield, hovering. Snap back is a good one. It's more of a line drive that checks up in the wind. And the Oilers decide to not take any gamble. Kostelic jumps up and grabs it out of the air, but at the Oiler 42-yard line. So, again, tough punting conditions here in the first quarter. That'll obviously flip in the second. So 1st and 10 for Ashland, who after that exchange of punts picks up about 20 yards. Wide out each side, tight end on each end of the line. Fake the give to Washington. Looks, throws out here in the flat, and that's incomplete. That's skipped in there. Was looking for Boland. Got some pressure in his face, did Justin Ellis. Boland tried selling that he picked it off the turf, but that was pretty obvious. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 4:38 on the incompletion. 2 receivers to the left. Again, a tight end on each end of the line. Give to Washington. Counter run. Found a seam, and Miles just catches him where that could have been very dangerous. Picks up about 6. And sets up a 3rd down and 4. Good running by Washington. Well, there's change-out personnel. Bring in the outstanding freshman, David Marbury. He'll replace Justin Ellis here. Talked about it in the pregame interview with Coach Keys. The defensive depth that is developed on this line is impressive to say the least. And the Eagles want a timeout. We're going to take it as well. 3:58 left here in the first. Oilers on top 7-0. Back after this on 88.3 WLFC.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Welcome back to Donnell out of the timeout. Ashland, the handoff to Washington, hits the line and not going to get there. Going to be about a yard shy, 4th and 1, but in plus territory. The Eagles can go ahead and gamble here. This was probably 4-down territory all along. Ellis back in, Marbury out. As they keep rotating bodies in there to keep them fresh. Flop the line. 2 receivers to the right, single to the near side. Got a tight end there. Give to Washington again. He's going to bounce it to the outside. Gets the 1st down and an extra 2 yards as well. That was just good power running by Washington. And I'm not sure the Oilers were 100% set there before that snap. So this playing with tempo for Ashland pays off a little bit. 1st and 10 at the Oiler 30. Clock continues to move. 3:12 and counting. Cluster of 3 receivers on the left side of the formation. Washington to that same side. Back, looking to throw. Now flushed. Rolling, looking. Now will run it. Breaks through the line. Breaks another tackle. Looking for the end zone. He's going to finally be wrangled in at the 10. Well, you heard Coach talk about the improvisation ability of Austin Brenner, and it showed up there. It looked like the Oilers were going to hold him to 2 or 3 yards, and then he took a little sidestep move, and then he found some open space and turns it up and sets it up with another 1st down at the Oiler. We're going to call it 1st and goal from the 10. Thought it might be just outside of that, but nope, it was right on the 10 is where they spot it, so 1st and goal. Wide out to the right, a couple of tight ends in there. Bring that wide out in motion all the way across the formation. Fake the give, throw the pass, and I'll tell you what, that was impressive. Touchdown, Ashland. They only had 1 receiver in that pattern. Oilers knew who it was, and they brought him all the way across the formation. The Oilers lost him in that, and then he just ran a hook pattern towards the upright, and a perfect throw by Brenner, and Oilers really were not in any position to defend that. Bring on the extra point team for the Eagles. Satchel Denton fakes it. Brenner boots out, throws it to the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Founds Jake McLaughlin. Well drawn up. That looks like something the Oilers might have tried. But that puts the Eagles in front 8-7 with 2:17 left in the first quarter. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Wasbro Rental Property is a family-owned and operated residential rental company serving Finlay, Ohio and the surrounding areas. For over 50 years, Wasbro Rental Property has helped residents find the right apartment to fit their needs. Go to theshermanhouse.net for more rental information or call 419-423-8321. Wasbro is proud to support the Finlay Media Network.
Welcome back. The ensuing kickoff fielded at the 5 by the Oilers. Looking, finding a seam, bouncing it outside across 30, out to the 40, 45, up the sideline, up across midfield, cuts it back in. Oh, and then on his plant, he stepped out of bounds. But still, outstanding return. I'll tell you what, if Derek Lynch doesn't step out of bounds where he did, which, well, they keep on inching it back towards midfield, so now it's to the Ashland 48. If he doesn't step out of bounds there at the 48, he's into the end zone. But he was dancing with it, and that's part of what put the defenders in a bad spot. But outstanding field position for the Oilers here with 2:07 left in the first quarter, trailing 8-7. Interesting choice by Lee Owens to go for the 2. Almost like he's trying to make a statement there. Oilers put 2 wideouts, both to the right. Tight ends on both ends of the formation. The give to Benson. Little counter run, takes it to the 45, and now gets second effort. Will take it to the 44. Oilers kind of scrummed over there to get the extra yard. 4-yard pickup, second down and 6. Brown checks out, extra receiver checks in. Oilers will put Stufel and Flowers to the left, Schrader and Richardson to the right. Handoff, Benson finds a seam and looks like he has first down yardage down to about the 37-yard line of the Eagles. Good run going behind that right side for the Oilers that time. Clay Colvin, Corey Henthorne, and I believe Dickinson came pulling around there as well. And some good push by Finlay. Bring out Stufel, bring in Brown into the backfield. Oilers put Schrader and Richardson right, Flowers to the left, Brown in the backfield. And Slagle, the tailback here. Nate will get the handoff. He'll hammer the line, drive straight ahead. And he'll pick up about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. Clock under a minute remaining. Matter of fact, all the way down to 45 seconds. Next play, probably the last here of the quarter. Less of an incompletion, perhaps. Or bigger. Switch out the receivers, bring Lynch in, Schrader out. So Richardson and Lynch to the left, Flowers to the right. Slagle stays in the backfield along with Brown. Bring Lynch in motion. Fake the give to him, now give it to Slagle. He finds a seam, pushes it, hurdles a man, driving still on his feet inside the 10 and down to about the 7. Oh, outstanding. Well, you like that. Had everybody looking for Lynch coming on the sweep action and then give it on a regular. And by that time, the Oilers had cleared out the left side, and then Slagle with some outstanding speed and agility takes it down and has the Oilers at 1st and goal. And that's the last play of the first quarter. Oilers trail 8-7, but threatening. Back with more after this on 88.3 WLFC.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Why do I choose Union Bank? Because they understand that I work hard for my money and deserve a reward, like Everyday Rewards Checking, a checking account that rewards you with a refund on your ATM charges. Plus, you can get paid, cash rewards or great interest rate rewards just for using your debit card or paying a bill online, right from your phone or tablet. Stop by the Union Bank today and ask about Everyday Rewards Checking or visit us online. Your community bank. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Donnell. Out of first play of the second quarter. Fake the handoff to Lynch. Rolls back the other way. Does Winsler. Now looking. Throws late incomplete. And then a flag comes flying in after the play was over. Winsler did everything he could with his feet to keep that play alive as long as possible. Had a man out there. But now the officials are going to conference. Are they going to say unnecessary roughness? What's the call here? Still conferencing. We said the rest of the GMAC doesn't get underway till 1 o'clock. We'll try to get you some scores as those get going.
Illegal forward pass. Offense number 14.
Wow, Oilers had an ineligible downfield.
5-yard penalty. Lost it down. Second down.
So, and that's, of course, a loss of down penalty. 5-yard step off takes it back to the 10. So second and goal from the 10 now for the Oilers. The offensive linemen sometimes get caught in a no-win there. They think Winsler's going to go ahead and bolt, so they go try blocking. And then Winsler decides to throw it late, and there you go. A lot of that's because of good defensive coverage by the Eagles that time. Man in the backfield for the Oilers as a blocking tight end. Handoff. Student body left, gets the corner turned as Lynch gets it back inside the 5. We'll see where they say he steps out. Looks like about the 3. Good speed by Derek Lynch. You can see what he brings to things. As that time they do give him the handoff on the sweep look. And so now third and goal. I'll actually spot this one at the 2. Put Benson as the tailback. Couple tight ends in there. Tight formation. One wide out to the top of the formation. Fake the give. The throw. Stufel. Touchdown Oilers. Well, the Oilers just gave them back a little taste of their own. The only receiver in that pattern was Luke Stufel. He ran his man off 5 yards and then just dragged across the end zone. And then the throw by Winsler right in the middle of his chest. And Stufel used that big frame to screen off the corner. Touchdown Oilers. So the chess match continues between Ashland and Finlay here. And are the Oilers going to go 2 here? Looks like they are. They're keeping Winsler out there. And Benson. They'll go Stufel, Lynch, and Schrader to the right. Flowers to the left. Back. Toss backside corner, Flowers, and good hand battle between those two, and it's going to fall incomplete. So the Oiler lead will stay at 5, 13-8, with 14:25 left in the first half. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
Learners, inspiring the best in each other.
You might be surprised at how much money is in the walls of this old house. With a Union Bank Home Equity Line of Credit, the equity from your home can be used for whatever you need. college tuition, paying off those credit cards, even home improvement. And there are no closing costs. Best of all, you work with Union Bank loan professionals right here in your hometown. Go to theubank.com for details. Union Bank, your community bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Kickoff is kicked by Demler, fielded back at the 5 and getting a good push. And before finally being pushed back at the 31 for Ashland. Nice return for the Eagles. But the wind is back. That one didn't get as much carry for Demler as I think he thought it might or hoped it would, as it was more of a line drive and didn't really give the coverage team much time to get down there. During that exchange of possession, Rob Keys was all over the side judge. He wanted a pass interference call, and eventually Reuben Flowers came over and said, "Never mind, Coach, don't worry about it." Hand off to Washington, starts it to his right and then tries cutting it back, and the Oilers overwhelm that. They'll give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage. Good push by the Oilers. Davis in on the stop for Finlay. Second and 10, and Ashland again playing with some tempo here. One wide out to the near side, couple of tight ends. Fullback in there behind a traditional I formation. Play action, look. Throwing out here on the near side, wide open, and nobody near Bolin. Oilers got confused that time, because Bolin, nobody was within 7 yards of him. So it must have been a blown coverage someplace. Out across their 40 to the 43 of Ashland, 1st and 10. Switch them out. Marbury in, Ellis out on that defensive end position. 3 receivers strung to the left. And then the give to Washington. Hits the line in a kind of a scrum forward. And what looked like not a whole lot of anything at the beginning of that gets a push out to about the 48-yard line of Ashland. 2nd and 5 coming up. Again, Ashland right back to the line of scrimmage. Tight formation, just one receiver up top and then 2 receivers in a cluster here on the near side. Pitch it to Washington on the near side, and a great play. Cade Rogers straight blew it up. He got in there, he got around the fullback and snuck in and just hit that play as soon as the ball was caught by Washington for a loss back at the 46. Outstanding play by Cade Rogers, the junior safety out of Tip City, Ohio. Oilers are going to get some changes here in personnel. Switch up some of the defensive line and linebackers. Three receivers all strung to the left for Ashland. Tight end on the right end of the line. Straight drop, looks, airs it out, does, and caught. And Bolin, if not for the fact that Bolin falls down at the 10, he's into the end zone. Beautifully thrown ball by Austin Brenner as he found Bolin. And Bolin kind of had to lunge out to catch it, and that threw his balance off. But they got a mismatch there. Bolin with Carvalho Toloi in coverage, the linebacker, and that's a no match. Bolin's going to win that one. And a well-thrown ball by Brenner into the wind. And Ashland knocking at the door, looking to try to retake the lead as Oilers in front 13-8. Washington to the left, single receiver out there, tight ends on each end of the line. Now bring that receiver in motion. The give to Washington, this gets whistled down before it gets going. We get a procedure call. It appears to be this
prior to
case.
the snap, false start, offense number 71. 5-yard penalty.
One of those offensive linemen leaning a little bit there. They wanted to go student body right there with that wide out as the lead blocker. So 1st and 15 now as they take it back to the Oilers 17. Clock continues to move. Oilers get a chance to change some personnel here as Ashland changed personnel. One wide out to each side. Give to Washington, and he runs it into the middle. Gets back a couple of what was lost on the penalty. 2nd down and Yeah, call it 12. Wide out on each side. Slot the fullback on the left. Fake the give to Washington. Rolling out as Brenner looks, throws. Bolin, did he hold on? He did. Took a pop. The ball was not particularly well thrown. He had to kind of check up, and that allowed the safety to come across and blast him, but Bolin able to hold on. Favorite target for Brenner, the 6'1 junior out of Grafton, Ohio. Third and 1 now at the Oiler 4. The double tights formation. Backs are in the eye. Fake the give. Throw. Sacked. Oh, come flying in there did Logan Spire. And he had, before Brenner had a chance to get his eyes up the field, found himself wrapped up in the huge arms of Logan Spire, the 6'5 sophomore, of course, out of Arlington by way of Miami, Ohio. Outstanding play. And that'll force the field goal attempt here. Be spotted down, looks like the 16. So a 26-yard attempt here. Into the wind. Spot is down. The kick is up. And it is good. 9:22 left in the first half. Oilers 13, Eagles 11. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
As Division II student athletes, we are committed to being our best.
Division II National SAC is proud to partner with the Sports Science Institute to play a role in the cardiac safety and health of student athletes.
Although many student athletes with heart conditions live healthy, active lives, up to 10 NCAA student athletes die each year of sudden cardiac death during athletic activities.
The facts are that immediate delivery of CPR and AED saves lives, so everyone should be CPR and AED trained. Please join us in this important initiative. Make it yours.
It looks like an unsportsmanlike against the Oilers is going to allow this kickoff to occur at the 50-yard line. Let me find it on the live stats here. We'll see. Ball got blown off the tee. Oilers with two men back at the goal line. High spinning kick. Going to be fielded a couple yards deep and wisely taking the knee under those circumstances. Oilers will bring it out to the 25-yard line. So here comes the Oiler offense again with a 2-point advantage, 13-11. Two receivers to the left for Finlay. Fullback in there. Tailback is Benson. He gets the handoff just the middle. Pushes it out to the 30. Uneven, give him out to the 31. 6-yard pickup, 2nd and 4 coming up for Finlay.
Oilers not in any hurry here. I'll bring Flowers and Schrader to the left. Put the tight end on the right end of the line. Fullback in there. Give again to Benson. Hits the line. Not as much there this time. Good job of stepping in the hole by the defensive tackle. Pickup of 2. So a 3rd and 2 coming up for the Oilers. Slagle will check in, as will Lynch, into the offensive lineup. Oilers again, now breaking the offensive huddle. 7 on the play clock, and it's moving. Tight formation, bring a man in motion. Fake the give to Lynch, though the check down, was trying to get it to Slagle. Not a well-thrown ball. I'm not sure there was much there, even if he catches it, as there were 2 defenders within a couple of yards. Nate would have had his hands full trying to make something out of that, so the Oilers now will have to bring on Heben Street to kick it away, this time with the wind at his back. Bolin will go back to field the kick. See if Mitch can get a hold of one here. Low snap, picked up, gets it off. High spinner. That checked up and tried bouncing to the favor of the Eagles. That one never turned over in the air. It's going to be downed at the 37 of Ashland. That's where it'll be 1st and 10. As we said, the other games don't get underway for about another 15 minutes in the GMAC. Some top 25 scores. Ohio State leads Maryland 21-0. Minnesota on top of Penn State 14-10. That one's got 2 minutes left in the first. Florida 7-0 lead on Vanderbilt. And TCU with a 3-0 lead on Baylor. Single wide out is Bolin at the top, and then a cluster of 3 that includes a couple of tight ends on the near side. Ashland checking off on the play to the sideline. Brenner with Washington to his right. He'll get the handoff, and not much there. Oilers do a good job sniffing that out. Dalton Davis at the point there. Miles came up, and Gibson. Well, actually spotting for a loss of 1. Back to the 36, 2nd down and 11. Again, will change out some personnel. Logan Spiro had that big sack on the 3rd down play on the previous Ashland possession. Pitch to Washington coming near side. Then he cuts it back to the middle, and again, Oilers sniffing out. He gets back what he lost on the previous play. But now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Well, that was another weird one. Looks like you're going to say no gain, because initially the official walked it up a yard, and now when he checked with the headlinesman on the near side, he stepped it back, so call it no gain, 3rd and 11. Taloi, Kostelik check in at the linebacker core. Marbury checks in on that front along with Basinji. 2 to the left, 1 to the near side. Back is Brenner, looks in the middle screen, finds his tight end, stiff arms, and gets the 1st down. Man, that's going to be a frustrating one for the defensive staff. They did a lot of things well there. They just couldn't bring down the big tight end. Schweitzer there, 6'2", 248 out of Dublin, Ohio, Bishop Watterson High School. And on 3rd and 11, they're able to convert and take it to the Ashland 49. Dalton Davis, Kyle Gibson will check back into that defensive front. Oilers show 6 across that defensive front. Single wide out here on the near side. Play action. Brenner rolls, looking. Wants to throw the check down. It's not there. Going to throw it long. Chance for Jefferson to intercept it back at the 15. And he'll bring it back to the middle. Ooh, that's going to be a face mask. Still on his feet, bounces it outside. Now we might have an illegal block against the Oilers. Penalties might end up offsetting. It'll be interesting to see how this thing gets spotted. Now, Chris Jefferson, we thought he might have some chances last week. The PA announcer, flags everywhere. Nice job, Dave Westall. Well played. So 8 interceptions coming in. Give Jefferson 9 now on the season. And now we got to sort out the flags. So there's 2 flags back around the 27. I'm pretty sure both of those are face mask. And then there's one that's up at the Ashland 41. This will be interesting to see how it all sorts out. Thought we might have had another one over here that may have been an illegal block, but in that scrum, it's hard to tell.
Third and return. Personal foul, face mask. Ashland number 72. 15-yard penalty. We had it on the end of the run. First down. After the play, personal foul. Ashland number 71. 15-yard penalty.
Oh, so they're going to go double. So they they have the face mask back at the 28, so that gets added on. And then after the play was over was another personal foul. So that's after the play was over. So where does that going to end up putting the line of scrimmage at? All that should be after the end of the play. So the end of the play was the 40. And it's going to take it all the way down to the Ashland 25. The officials seemed a little uncertain about that placement, but that's where it's going to be 1st and 10 for Finlay. Again, leading it by 2, 13-11. This off of the Jefferson interception and return. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Bring Lynch in motion. Fake the give to him. Go ahead and give it to Benson. He finds a seam up the middle. They'll scrum over, take it inside the 20 before being brought down. Pick up a 5, brings up a 2nd and 5. Clock continues to move, 5:13 remaining in the first half. Oilers on top, 13-11. Looking to add to that, though. Benson behind, Schrader and Flowers to the right, Richardson to the left. Now Richardson comes in motion across, rolling that way. Throw back to Stufel. Stufel is going to tuck it, and he's just going to run, and he's going to eventually get bulldogged. So that would play all happen behind the line of scrimmage. Stufel pushes that forward for a pickup of a couple. I think there was a brief moment when Luke was thinking about throwing that ball down the field. Ends up being a pickup of just 1. So 3rd down and 4. Same formation as last. This time it's Lynch split to the left, though. Slagle in the backfield. Bring Lynch in motion across. 3 receivers all to the right side now. Back. Throw complete to Slagle out of the backfield. That's the play to straight. He stayed in bounds, stayed on his feet, drives for the end zone. Touchdown Oilers. Looked like he was going to be forced out of bounds around the 10-yard line, but all of a sudden he cut it back hard, showed that athleticism, and then works his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Outstanding second effort by Nate Slagle. Now they'll bring on Demler for the point after try. Oilers with an 8-point lead, looking to make it 9 here with the PAT. Snap back, spot is down, kick is up, and the kick is good. With 4:03 left in the first half, Oilers lead at 20-11 over Ashland. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunities that my parents didn't have. Being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed for me to get to this point. It was paying off.
Estoy muy orgulloso de Michael por haberse graduado de colegio.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not had a scholarship. It would just relieved a lot of the financial burden.
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. Kickoff goes all the way down to the 2 where it's fielded, be brought up and then upended around the 20-yard line, will fall forward. Then a flag comes in after everything is said and done. I mean, teams are walking to the benches and the offenses and defenses are walking out, and then a flag was dropped. So let's sort this out. Could be interesting. Didn't see what the official signal was, but it was against Ashland. Took it back to the 10. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 10. Cluster of 3 receivers all to the near side. Give to Washington. Ooh, looked like they had him stopped in the backfield, but he squirted out and then just tripped up on his own feet on the cut. Gets it out to the 15. Pick up a 5. 2nd and 5. And Ashland right back to the line of scrimmage, trying to continue that tempo play. On 2nd and 5, single receiver to the near side, tight end on each end of the line. Brenner back, the give to Washington. He turns it up. And he has a 1st down out across the 20, out near the 22. Good push by the offensive line. Sheeler on the stop. Fresh set of downs for the Eagles. Handoff, Washington tries the left side. This time the Oilers stack it up after a short pickup of about 2. Clock continue to move. Keep in mind, Eagles receive that second half kickoff. 2.5 left here. Oilers on top, 20-11. It's been an interesting chess game. 2 to the near side, 1 up top. Brenner back. Looks, throws the quick one to Bowen, complete. And the Oilers almost took each other out of that play. Fada Huntsy comes up with the tackle, but not until he goes to the Oiler 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Split a man out to the top of the formation. That's McLaughlin. Another wide out to the near side. Again, tight ends on each end of the line. Fake the give to Washington. Straight drop. Pressure coming. Steps up. Felt the pressure, but still being corralled. Stays on his feet, though. And what looked like the Oilers were going to have a tackle for a loss, he ends up turning it into a 3-yard pickup. And again, Rob Keyes talked about it. He makes things happen. It becomes backyard football at times when he gets out in space. It's not that he's really fast. He's not even all that quick, but he is elusive. He felt the pressure coming from Logan Spire, stepped up to avoid it, then bounced to the outside. 2nd and 6 after a 4-yard pickup. 2 to the near side, 1 up top are the receivers. And now Ashland's got to take a timeout. That formation was all messed up. Minute 3 left. Oilers lead at 20-11 back after this 30-second timeout on 88.3 WLFC.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. We're a minute and 3 seconds away from going to the half. Oilers on top, 20-11 coming up at the half. We'll get all the stats and scoring recap for you, get you set for the second half. We'll also be talking with Assistant Director of Athletics Jim Givens as well, and get the word on everything that's going on. And area sports news, I just got the word the Liberty Benton Eagles have just won the volleyball state title, a 5-set victory in the final at the Nutter Center on the campus of Wright State. Congratulations to the Eagles. All right, Ashland on 2nd and 6, 2 to the near side, 1 up top, throws it out in the flat, complete, found Davis, and he turns it up for a first down into Oiler territory, and they spot him at the Oiler 47-yard line. Obviously, Eagles like to put some points on the board here, then take that second half kickoff and march it down. But the Oilers, who forced a field goal attempt, they forced a couple of interceptions. Back, look, Brenner avoided the pressure and almost completed it to his back out of the backfield. But again, just being elusive. He was surrounded by black and white shirts all over him as the Oilers were closing in on all sides. He slipped out and before going down tried throwing a ball to Washington that was a little bit wide and low. Incomplete, 2nd and 10. Two to the left, 1 to the right. Plus a tight end on this near side as well. Brenner with a straight drop, looks, throws, looks for Bolin and overthrew him. Bolin was doing a nice job of setting down in that spot between the corner and the safety, but it just a little overthrown, and now 3rd and long with 50 seconds left. Under the circumstances, you might see Lee Owens treat this as 4-down territory. Two to the left, 1 to the right. Straight drop, looks, has time, flushed, steps up. Uh-oh, he's got room. And stacked up. Kostelic will lead a charge. They'll stop. They're giving forward progress to the Oilers 39. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. And I got to think Lee Owens is going to play here in plus territory. Clock running under 30 seconds remain in the half. 2 wideouts left. Single wideout to the right is Bolin. Clock continuing to click. 15 seconds. So if the Eagles don't convert, they're figuring they're going to let the time roll here. Maybe they're going to let the whole thing go. Or they're going to take a timeout and then just have it be the last play. They take the timeout with 2 seconds. Interesting choice. That means you've got to find end zone here. We're going to keep it here with just 2 seconds
In NCAA
left.
Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national
Getting ready to
championships
go to the
because
half.
student
Again,
athletes
let's
want
take
to
a
give
look at
back
that top
while
25
competing for a national
scoreboard.
title.
Ohio
Over the course
State
of the year,
up
Division II
28-0
student athletes
with still
have an
10 minutes
opportunity
left
to
in the
leave a
second
lasting
quarter.
impression in local
Minnesota
communities throughout the
14-10
country.
leader
Whether
right
Division
now
II
with 10
student
minutes
athletes
left
are
in the
volunteering.
second quarter over Penn State. Florida up 14-0 on Vanderbilt. TCU 3-0 on Baylor. In the other top 25 game, SMU leads East Carolina by a count of 14-10. Probably just kicking off as everybody else in the GMAC. It's Hillsdale is in Tiffin to take on the Dragons at Frost Cow now. Walsh is at Alderson Broadus. Kentucky Wesleyan is made the trip to Frostburg, Maryland. And the Ohio Dominican Panthers are playing host to Lake Erie here right now, and all those should be either have just kicked off or will here shortly. So this is an interesting choice by Lee Owens and his staff. They could have ran a couple of plays, assuming they get the first down, but they're going to go 3 left, 1 right here on 4th and 2. Throws the out in the flat to Washington. He's got quite a bit of running room here. Oilers force him back, and he'll be brought down, and that's going to be that. That was an interesting choice by the Eagles, who trail 20-11 at the half. We'll come back, recap the scoring, and take a look at the first half stats. You're listening to Oiler Football on 88.3 WLFC.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Ladies and gentlemen, the music department of Ashland University proudly presents the Spirit of Ashland University, the best little university band in Ohio, the 2019 Ashland University Eagle Marching Band. Ashland University Fanfare. Featuring the Eagle Color Guard. Please welcome our featured twirlers, Miss Savannah Gilmore and Miss Jennifer Simon. Assistant Field Commander is Arian Hill. Field Commander for 2019 is Jacob Gary. You have to go all the way back to 1973 to find our first Halloween thriller featured in the Broadway musical Rocky Horror Picture Show. The Time Warp is a high-energy dance parody that has stood the test of time. The song also topped the charts in South Africa and Australia. It's astounding. Time is fleeting. Madness takes its toll. I remember doing the Time Warp. Let's do the Time Warp again, featuring twirlers Miss Savannah Gilmore and Miss Jennifer Scheinman, along with the Eagle Color Guard led by Captains Kristen Schwartz and Kennedy Nonenmaker.
of the time you lose the ball and the play, oh, this is the problem. Wide shot, just a little bit left and right. That's it.
It's close to midnight. Something evil is lurking from the dark. Under the moonlight, you see a sight that almost stops your heart. You try to scream, but terror takes the sound before you make it. You start to freeze as horror looks you right between your eyes. You're paralyzed, because this is Thriller.
Ashland University Marching Band is under the direction of Mr. Joe Lewis with twirling coach Valerie Henry, percussion advisor Elizabeth Copio, with color guard captains Christian Schwartz and Kennedy Neuenmaker. Our thanks go out to Rick Navarella and the Finlay Oiler Marching Band for hosting us today. Go Eagles!
Now, taking the field for their 22nd season, please welcome your own University of Finlay Marching Oiler Brass. For our fifth performance of the season, we bring you music from a 1970s British rock band. Sit back and enjoy as the Marching Oiler Brass presents the music of Queen.
Especially you know, for the distance it's easy, I understand.
The University of Finlay Director of Athletic Bands is Richard Naparala. Assistant Director Jack Kiger, Drumline Instructor John Folk, Majorette and Flag Corps Advisor Kelly Hutton, and Student Assistant Sarah Neese. This year's officers include President Taylor Cornett, Vice President Marcus Bender, Drum Captain Mackenzie Weimer, and Mob Secretary Grace Eimel. The Marching Oiler Brass thank you for attendance at this afternoon's game. We look forward to seeing you November 16th when the Oilers play the Dragons from Tiffin University. Late second quarter scores: Ohio State 35, Maryland 0, Minnesota 21, Penn State 10.
When I was back home washing them dishes, I was just wishing I was just vision. I was gonna get it, I was on missions, I was just living. Walked in that building, we were just building, taking our time, we were just chilling, away from these haters. Know they be watching like a theater. Lying easy, but end up we need later. They gon' degrade us, it won't delay us. This is what made us. We got old made, probably roll baby. Probably just leave. I see you later. I salute, wait, cop a new crib, got some new friends. You get this big, they gon' they gon' won't fit, probably won't fit. Hope the Lord save us away from these haters. Hope the Lord save us away from these snakes, away from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks, wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, for peace sake. You don't want to die. Cause we've been putting in the mouth. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind.
Chris Demler to kick off for the Oilers. DJ Ruffing and Jordan
First
Mosley
quarter of that one.
back for the
All right,
Eagles.
Oilers ready to kick it away to the Eagles. And the Eagles will have the wind at their back. High, short pooch, fair catch called. Bobbled and collected by the Oilers. One of the up men came and tried to field it, one of the tight ends, and it popped off his shoulder pads and into the hands of the Oiler, who was Johnny on the spot. Outstanding. So the Oilers steal a possession, as they say. We've seen the Oilers execute that a couple of times this year. Most notably the Walsh scenario, or which will ever be forever known as the Walsh incident. And now all the officials conferencing with each other to make sure that's what went down at the end of the day. Well, this is what happened in the Walsh game. A call was made, and then the officials started second-guessing themselves. And right now they're just saying, did he interfere with the fair catch attempt? And the answer to that is no, he did not. Still talking. And I think after all that, they're still going to leave it as it is, which is the right thing to do.
Ball was muffed by Ashland, recovered by Finlay, first down.
Nobody bothered the return man. He just didn't secure the catch. All right, so the Oilers with it 1st and 10 at the 35 of the Eagles. Hand off to Benson. He plows forward for a pickup of about 3. Good effort by Michael Hopewell there in the middle.
On the stop. 3-yard gain, second down, 7.
Second down and 7 coming up for Finlay. Oilers put Flowers out to the left, Lynch and Richardson to the right. Benson stays in the backfield. Fake the give to Lynch, hand off to Benson. The Oilers have had a lot of success with that movement of taking Lynch across the formation, and that's pulling the line, one of the linebackers and leaving some extra space for Brian Benson. Good pickup on second down, sets up a 3rd and 2 for the Oilers, and in a part of the field where it's probably 4-down territory if it's necessary. Stoffel checks in the lineup. Him and Flowers will split to the right. Richardson and Schrader split to the left. Winsler with Benson a step behind and to his right. Showing pressure of the Eagles on both ends. Here it comes, quick throw, and had to rush that a little bit, and apparently him and Richardson not on the same page there. As he thought Richardson would see the
4th and 2
blitz and check up, and he did not. So now the Oilers looking at 4th and 2. Change some personnel out, bring in Brown, who's usually one of those blocking fullbacks, and Slagle. But keep Benson in there. So it'll be Brown, Slagle, and I think Stoffel out to the left. Rubin to the right. This might be a power sweep. Nope. Pump fake, blows over the top, complete to Slagle. Spins out of the tackle, touchdown Oilers. Well, they went jumbo left as far as receivers go there, and I think that Ashland was expecting some kind of a screen or something, and Winsler actually pump faked the screen, and then Slagle was just on the fly He gets hit with the pass by Winsler. He breaks the tackle at about the 10 and touchdown Oilers. Nicely drawn up by Corey Allen and company. And well executed. Demler on for the point after tries. The Oilers lead at 26-11. Snap back, spot down. The kick is up. Might have been partially blocked, and that's going to be no good. Off the crossbar.
Demler's kick wide left.
And it stays at 26-11. With 13:35 left in the third. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
Ashland University 11.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
But I know I had to have it, for the money I'm a savage, I'm missing like I had it.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we...
Welcome back, and the Oilers kick off. High, short kickoff fielded just inside the 10, brought out across the 25, out near the 28. A flag comes in on the backside towards the end of the play. One of the Oilers still down on the field. Let's hope this is nothing serious. Now he gets up on his own and trots off. That was Cade McCaskey. So the foul against, we're not able to hear the official's microphone, at least in my booth. But it looked like
penalty will move the ball to the Ashland 13-yard line.
Hold on that
First
return.
and 10.
So it takes it back inside the 15 to the 13. And to quote my friend Ronkonoff, let's go defense. Hold them. Let's keep it where it's at. If you're just joining us, we're early in the third quarter. Oilers lead at 26-11. Shuffle that defensive front. Two receivers left, one to the right for the Eagles. Handoff goes up the middle. Washington breaks a tackle, bounces it to the outside. Jefferson trying to corral him and tackles him, but not before he takes it out across the 35 to about the Eagle 37. Good crash down block right on that right end of the line by the Eagles. And it sprung Washington, who saw it and popped out there. Two to the left plus a fullback on the left end of the line. Again, Washington. And this time he runs into a mass of humanity. He might get back to the line of scrimmage. Gibson leading the charge there along with Justin Ellis. Of course, next week the Oilers at home again against the Tiffin Dragons. That's going to be senior day. We'll take an opportunity to thank some young men who've been integral parts of this program. You're talking about 4 of your 5 defensive linemen. Talking about several guys on this defensive unit as well. It's a noon kickoff again, 11:40 pregame. 3 receivers strung to the right for Ashland. Brenner in the gun with Washington to his left on 2nd and 10. Straight drop, steps up. Now he's going to flush, and he's going to run for another first down. I think that is his greatest skill. He's thrown some good passes today, but his real ability is improvising in space and time. Not a big guy, just 6 foot, 193 out of Copley, Ohio, but immensely confident back there, right back to the line of scrimmage. Handoff Washington. He's going to sprint it out to the right side. Oilers race out there, close it down quickly. Cade Rogers is the first one to step up and drop him for a yard loss. Good read by the Oiler defense. 2nd and 11 coming up. Mentioned some of the guys who are going to be seniors that we'll celebrate next week. Justin Ellis, Grant Kinsinger, a couple of them, Anthony Kostelik, Isaac Miles. 3 again, this time to the left of the receivers, staggered. Back looking that way all the way is Brenner. Now he's flush from the pocket again, and he squirts forward for a couple. Oilers did a pretty good job. Ellis kind of took out his ankles, and then looked like Spire kind of finished him off. Sets up a 3rd down and 8 here. So bringing Marbury, Basinji on that defensive front. Kostelic into the linebacking core here. The Oilers have done a nice job of developing the depth on this defense, keeping guys fresh. Oilers line up that line of scrimmage. Again, 3 receivers spread to the, now they'll make them a cluster on the left. Washington to back to the right. Straight drop by Brenner. Steps up and breaks away. Oilers had him in the backfield. And his second effort, it's going to be close on the spot. It is going to be close on the spot. Oilers had him. 3 of them closed in on him, and he kind of they all bounced off of each other and weren't able to hold on to him. I think they're going to say 4th and very short here. Oilers had him back at his own 48, just not able to wrap him and drop him. So 4th, and go ahead and call it 1 now with that spot. 2 to the left. This might be a straight quarterback draw. The big back in to the right, as they got the fullback in there. And is Ashland going to take a timeout? No, the Oilers don't like what they see. They'll take a timeout. 10:07 left. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Oilers lead at 26-11. Back after this on WLFC.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can. And then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II, and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game, because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves, our vision, our heart, our drive, to achieve every goal we aim for, because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
So let's see what everybody comes out. They changed the formation. They had the fullback in the backfield next to Brenner before the Oiler timeout. Now they go back to Washington. A couple of tight ends and fullbacks. Now they'll shift out of this. Brenner's going to go under center. Straight I formation behind him. Hand off to the big fullback, and I don't think he got there. Tried it 2 or 3 different times, and the Oilers step up and get the stop and turn it over on downs. Big answer by the Oilers. I believe that was Kyle Gibson right at the point of attack, and he just kept on shrugging him off and shrugging him off. And then the rest of the team came to help. Great stop. That's the second time we've seen the Oilers do something like that. Of course, the big sack on 3rd down and goal that held the Eagles to a field goal attempt, and now this one turns them over on downs. So 1st and 10 for this Oiler offense, who has a 15-point lead. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Let's see if they go quick change, see if they go for something big here. Hand off to Lynch, looking to get the corner turned. Trying to pick his way. Oof. That was an aggressive tackle. Looked like he might have got up around the helmet, but the official says no. Just strung that out, but still a 6-yard pickup for the Oilers. Out to the 47, 2nd and 4. Good tackle in space by Tristan Reichsfarter. Two to the left. Blocking back up. Benson behind Wensler. The give to Bryan. Bounces to the left, finds a seam, now cuts it back to the near side, inside the 35, inside the 30, and brought down around the 25-yard line. Oh, that offensive line is starting to like what it sees right now and starting to get a feel for what Ashland's doing. Brian Benson went 15 yards before anybody thought about touching him there. 1st and 10 at the 25 of the Eagles. Oilers with a 15-point lead and looking for more. Clock running, under 9 minutes left in the third quarter. Flowers and Richardson both split to the left. Stufel on the right end of the line. Play action, throw, looking for Stufel, complete to Luke. He'll drive it inside the 5 and down near the 3. I tell you what, they had a guy behind and a guy leading, and Luke just did a great job of squaring his shoulders and giving a good target to Matt, and he hit him right there in stride. And now the Oilers looking at 1st and goal from the 3. Flowers checks out. Stufel, the one wide out to the left. This looks like the formation where they just drug him down the line. He's the only receiver in this formation. Slagle behind. And a huge size mismatch with him in the corner. And this is going to get whistled down on a procedure call.
Start. Offense number 68. 5-yard penalty. First
Don't know
down.
the number because not hearing the official's microphone at all. But that was, they were running the exact same play. Luke was going to run him off and then drag towards across the end zone. So now make it 1st and goal from the 8. Switch out some personnel here. Bring back in Flowers and Richardson. They're going to go split left. Put Luke Stufel at the right end of the line. Blocking back in the backfield. Handoff Slagle. Starts left and then takes it and dives back inside to the 5. 2nd and goal from there. A pickup of 3. Benson checks back into the lineup. Two to the left. Now make it 3 to the left as Flowers comes down. Richardson, Flowers, and Schrader all to the left in a cluster. Snap, Wensler throws, batted down. Good, great initial pressure there. Clay Shreve, the senior out of Mogador, got up in there and got his hands up. Bring back in Brown and Stufel. They'll go to the left. This looks like the play, the formation the Oilers ran just a moment ago that had Slagle on the touchdown. Now they'll bring a man in motion. Back, throws back to the opposite side. Flowers, touchdown Oilers. I'll tell you what, that was just man against man right there. As he ran it off, working against Justin Moore, the sophomore corner out of Akron, and he just outfought him, did Rubin, and pulls it down for the touchdown. That's called having faith in your receiver. Throw it to a spot, let him go after it. Exactly 7 minutes left, and the Oilers extend the lead out to 32-11 with an extra point try coming. Demler out of the hole of Schimler. Snap back, spot down, the kick is up, and this one looked a lot better, and it is up and through. And the Oilers push the advantage out to 33-11 over the Ashland Eagles with 7 minutes left in the third. Back after this timeout on 88.3 WLFC.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Really do. Here we go. Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium, and the Oilers kicking it off again, and it's another one of those high angling kicks. This time fair catch made or signaled and made at the Eagle 33-yard line. Keep in mind the Oilers for this quarter kicking into that pretty stiff breeze out there, so playing situational. Eagles now trail by 22 with 2 to the right, 1 to the left of the receivers. Slot the tight end on the right as well. Washington is the back. Give it to him. Scoots it up, finds a seam. Lowers his shoulder. Good hard running by the freshman. He is impressive. Again, he is not overly quick, but he really is an elusive and powerful runner. Scheller on the stop for the Oilers. Scheller on the stop. And Ashland gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Same formation as last. They give again to Washington. This time the Oilers swamp it over for a little, maybe a loss of a half a yard that time. Isaac Miles shot the gap from his linebacker position and drops him. Call it no gain. 2nd and 10. Two to the right, 1 to the near side. Drops back, looks, throws the check down to Washington, who fell out into the flat. He turns it up and gets a first down and a little bit extra. And he's into Oiler territory at about the 43-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10. Oiler defense need to stay stiff here. This is a strong lead, but still a lot of time left in this game. Clock running, 5:52 left in the third. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Slot the tight end. Washington to give. Bounce it outside, found a seam, splits a gap, lowers his shoulder, driven back at about the 26-yard line. This has pretty much been Washington all the way. He'll check out of the lineup here. Bring in the big fullback. Austin Williams in the backfield to the left of Brenner. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Looks, throws out here in the flat, complete to his big tight end. He'll be dropped at about the Oilers' 16-yard line. Schweitzer with the catch. Caldwell on the stop. And the Eagles finding some more success with this tempo. Two to the right, 1 to the left. Straight drop. Brenner now runs up, and he's going to run for it. Gets it bounced to the outside, dives towards the end zone. That is not a touchdown. He's out of bounds at the 1. It was actually the tackler who knocked that pylon over. But a good response here on this drive by the Eagles. Give to the big fullback, and he pushes the pile. Is he in? He is in. Touchdown, Eagles. That was Austin Williams, the 5'11", 250-pound sophomore out of Mogador, who gets the touchdown. And Rob Keyes, you can tell by his body language, he's not happy with that drive at all. Bring on the point after unit. Spot is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 4:28 left in the third quarter, and the Eagles hanging around with your score 33-18 in favor of Finlay. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay. Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Notify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take.
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. Kickoff by the Eagles. Gets caught up in that breeze, and it floats about 4 yards deep in the end zone. Lynch catches it and takes the knee. Oilers will take it at the 25. And I got to tell you, defense coordinator Jason Marquinos comes over here, and he was giving it to his unit pretty good. He wants them to keep the intensity up, and that's certainly understandable. And you got to think they'll respond to that. Right now, the ball's in the hands of the offense with 4:28 left. Oiler lead is 15, 33-18. One wide out each way. Handoff. Benson finds a little bit of a seam, still on his feet, pushes it out across the 30 to the 31. 6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 coming up for Finlay. Second down and 4. Oilers obviously with a 15-point lead, in no hurry, just now breaking the huddle. One wide out to the top, 2 to the near side. Play action fake, throws the check down, complete to Stufel. First down yardage and still on his feet, takes it out to the 40. And Luke is still face down. He got kind of tackled at the knees and went down awkwardly. Ashland training staff is the closest to him. They'll get there first, and now the Oiler training staff is arriving. And Luke's been dealing with on-again, off-again injuries throughout the season. And you hope this is nothing serious. We're going to go ahead and take a timeout while he's being tended to. 3:42 left in the third. Oilers lead at 33-18. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
Get in the way and disrupt the situation.
Codify an authority.
Or walk them home safely.
We can change the language around rape.
We can make campuses safer for our teammates, our friends, and our classmates.
We cannot be bystanders.
Taking action isn't always easy, but it's on us
to intervene.
Because we can. Learn more and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Rental Property is a family-owned and operated residential rental company serving Finlay, Ohio and the surrounding areas. For over 50 years, Wasboro Rental Property has helped residents find the right apartment to fit their needs. Go to theshermanhouse.net for more rental information or call 419-423-8321. Wasboro is proud to support the Finlay Media Network.
Okay. Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. Great sign after being checked over, getting up and going off on his own power is Luke Stufel. And it looks like he's okay. He is kind of holding his right elbow a little bit gingerly, so we'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure that staff will give him a full look over here. We'll be 1st and 10 as we restart here in a moment. Get you some score updates here in a moment as well from other GMAC contests. 2 to the near side. Flop the tight end from the right to the left end of the line. Straight quarterback draw to the left side. And pushing forward after a pickup of 3 or 4, depending on the spot. Looks like 4, 2nd and 6 coming up. Some other scores, Tiffin starting to put it on Hillsdale, 21-3 with 8 minutes left in the second. Meanwhile, 11 minutes left in the second. And LEC hanging around. ODU leads it 14-10. 2nd and 6 for Finlay, wide out to each side. Clock running, 2:45 left. Handoff Slagle, hammers the line, stays on his feet, drives, first down yardage, and they just rucks and scrums over down inside the 45 to about the 43 of the Eagles. Just got between his center and 2 guards, and the 4 big men just rolled like a street paver. Neil Davis, Andrew Dickinson, Clay Colvin, he just got behind them, and they just made a driveway there. Carved a path. Slagle stays in the lineup on 1st and 10. Wide out to each side. Give to Slagle. Breaks the line. Spins out and close to another first down. And I tell you, one of the things I love about this team, that was a great run by Nate Slagle, and Ruben Flowers is flexing for him as he walks back to the huddle, because this team enjoys just playing football well and supporting each other. Love seeing that out of this team. 2nd and 1 now for the Oilers. Clock is under 1:45 left in the third, and the Oilers with a 15-point lead. Flowers and Richardson split to the left. Put a tight end on the right end of the line. Benson back into the backfield with the blocking fullback up. The give to Bryant. Starts middle, bounces it outside. And he's going to depend on the spot here. He may have gotten the first down. And the official signals that he did. Stoffel still being checked on that sideline. I see Dr. Davidson's over there now. Part of that process. Oilers change out some personnel. Well, they're still looking to the sideline. 5 seconds left. They might just run this down and take a timeout. And they do. And the Oilers are only going to have 1 timeout left. We're going to take the 30-second timeout with them. Oilers lead at 33-18. Back in a moment on WLFC.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. Oilers will be looking at 1st and 10 from the Ashland 33-yard line when we resume. Keep you updated on other scores. Ohio State laying it down at the half, 42-0, the lead on Maryland. Minnesota in front by 11 on Penn State, 24-13. And it's all Florida over Vanderbilt, 21-0. Here, 33-18, Oilers on top, and with a fresh set of downs. Wide out to each side. Now they'll check off to the sideline, change the play. Shift from underneath center to that short pistol formation. Give to Benson. Stutter step, bounces off, now pushes forward. Takes it to about the 30, 3-yard pickup, 2nd and 7 coming up there. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And after 3 quarters of play, Oilers 33, Eagles 18. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level.
It was through
the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experience as possible.
Why do I choose Union Bank? Because they understand that I work hard for my money and deserve a reward, like Everyday Rewards Checking, a checking account that rewards you with a refund on your ATM charges. Plus, you can get paid cash rewards or great interest rate rewards just for using your debit card or paying a bill online, right from your phone or tablet. Stop by the Union Bank today and ask about Everyday Rewards Checking, or visit us online. Your community bank. Union Bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back out to Donnell Stadium. 15 minutes left in this one. Oilers with a 15-point lead. They'll be looking at second down and 7 in this first play of the fourth quarter. Nate Slagle into the backfield. Jacob Brown, the blocking fullback. 2 receivers, both to the left. The give to Nate. Hits the line, slips through, lowers his shoulder, and takes it inside the 20 and down near the 18-yard line, and that'll move the sticks again. Oilers starting to rack up the rushing yards now. Oilers so far on the ground. So updates here. 175 rushing yards in the game. 2 to the right. Give. Slagle sidesteps a man, still on his feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown Oilers. And you can add 17 more yards to that rushing total for the Oilers as they close in on 200 and extend the lead back. So counterpunch by the Eagles. Oilers answer back with one of their own. 75-yard drive. 39-18, extra point by Demler coming up here. Snap back, spot is down, the kick is up. And the kick is no good. Left that one hang out to the right. So it stays 39-18 in favor of Finlay with 14:26 left. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
Why do you want to go to college? To become something more? To find your line and go beyond it? To make someone's life better? To start on a path to a productive career? That's why the University of Finlay is here. Since 1882, a community of passionate learners, inspiring the best in each other.
You might be surprised at how much money is in the walls of this old house. With a Union Bank Home Equity Line of Credit, the equity from your home can be used for whatever you need. College tuition, paying off those credit cards, even home improvement. And there are no closing costs. Best of all, you work with Union Bank loan professionals right here in your hometown. Go to theubank.com for details. Union Bank, your community bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And he's close to a first down. That was McLaughlin, the 6'6 senior out of Zanesville. And that'll move the sticks with a 10-yard pickup. Good coverage initially downfield, but if you're not going to get pressure on him, he's going to find somebody. That offensive line of Ashland's is pretty big and pretty good. Again, delay handoff, Washington. And good tackle in space. Running up was Chris Jefferson and takes his legs out from underneath him and holds him to a 1-yard pickup. Outstanding play by Jefferson, who picked up his 9th interception of the year earlier in this game. 2nd down and 9. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Brenner straight drop, looks, steps up. Now he's going to run. And one man misses him, and he throws it up, and he throws it away. Well outside the tackle box and well past the line of gain, or scrimmage, so no problems with grounding there. Good pressure by the Oilers. Set them up in 3rd and long here. Switch out a couple of linebackers and a couple of spots in that defensive line. Basinji amongst those who checked in. Taloi and Kostelic. Two receivers to the left, one to the right for Brenner. Drops off, throws, and incomplete. I don't think there was going to be much there after the catch either. He was looking for Dakota Hobbs, but not able to find him. And on 4th down and 9, I got to think they're going to punt, but with Brenner as a punter / quarterback, it'll be interesting to see how they play it here. They'll line up, and the Oilers are going to wisely play this straight, especially with a 21-point lead. Eagles need points. Oilers able to flop formation here in all this confusion. Now the pooch kick, and didn't get off a good one. That's angling, hop, skip, and trickles out of bounds. Not his best effort for sure. Oilers will have it around their own 32 or 33. And that's where it'll be 1st and 10. Still plenty of time left here, 13-15, but if the Oilers can put together a 5-6 minute drive here and end in the end zone, you're going to go a long way and end in this game. And if I know Rob Keyes, he wants to end this on a definite note. Wide out each way. Fake the give, throw over the top, looking for Flowers. He goes up and picks it up and takes it, and he's going to be finally brought down around the 32. Oh, and there's going to be a taunting right there. Ruben took it a little too far. Justin Moore kind of got in his face after the catch, and Ruben gave him the flex right in his face, and that's going to cost the Oilers. It's going to be a 1st down first. And it's going to stay 1st down and 10, but the Oilers are going to lose some yardage in this equation. That was very similar play to what we saw on the Flowers touchdown catch, where it was just one-on-one there, and Ruben outfought him, and he did the same thing there. So instead of having it down around the 30, it's going to come back to the 46 of Ashland. Still a 1st and 10, though, as it was after the play was over. Flowers will split to the left. Richardson split to the right. Give to Slagle. He'll hammer the line. Push forward for 3, maybe 4. Clock continues to move. Call it 3 officially, 2nd and 7. Well, let's put both Flowers and Richardson on the right side and close to the formation. Give again to Nate. And Nate will push forward for a yard. Not much there. Eagles loading up that defensive line of scrimmage right now. They know the Oilers would just like to grind this one out. Oilers will have Denzel check into the lineup on 3rd and call it 6. Flowers left, Richardson right. Back, looks, steps up, throws in and out of the hands. Wanted Denzel, who checked in, and he had it right on his hands, just not able to hold on. And the Oilers will play the field position game here with 11:41 left. Heben Street will try to pin him back in deep. Missed opportunity there by the Oilers. Snap back to Mitch. He hangs one up there. Fair catch will be called and made right at the 10-yard line. That's where it'll be 1st and 10. Bowen with the fair catch, so pretty good job. Pins him back. Anytime you can keep him inside the 20, you're pretty happy. And a 21-point lead with 11:34 left. See if the defense can come up with maybe a takeaway here. Ashland's going to be forced to be one-dimensional here pretty quick. And that might swing some favor to the side of Chris Jefferson, Richard Shaler. Play action, rolling to the left, looking is Brenner. Throws, intercepted! Cade Rogers with his 2nd of the game. Well, we said you make them one-dimensional, it might tip to the Oilers' favor. And the Oilers' offense will come back with outstanding field position at the 17-yard line of the Eagles. 3rd interception. You heard Coach Keys talk about it. 10 interceptions coming into the game for Brenner, but kind of weird. He had 3 games where he had 3. The others he's had next to nothing, but this is the 4th time he's thrown 3 interceptions in a game. And that might very well kind of put a capper on things here, especially if the Oilers can finish this off. Still 11.5 minutes left here. Oilers put 2 to the right. That's Lynch and Richardson. Flowers to the left. Handoff Slagle. He's going to be hit in the backfield for a loss. Nice play in space. Making the play was Clay Shreve, the senior out of Mogador, Lake High School. Second down and 11 now for the Oilers. Same formation. Bring the man in motion, handoff, that's Lynch. Lynch looking to turn it on student body left. Sutter steps at the 10, cuts it back inside, drives towards the end zone, touchdown Oilers. Well, I think the Eagles thought he was going to step out of bounds at around the 5, but he turned it back in and takes it to the end zone for the touchdown. And the Oilers push the advantage out to 45-18 with a point after try. Chase Wilcox will try this one. Snap back, spot down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:40 left, Oilers lead it by a count of 46-18 over Ashland. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Welcome back, and on the kickoff, weird play. It was a driving kickoff that kind of fooled the return men. They had to retreat to 3 yards deep in the end zone to catch it, then decided to bring it out and got swarmed over at the 9. So tough field position coming up here for the Eagles on top of everything else, who now trail by a count of 46-18. Talk about some of the numbers in this one. Matt Wensler, how about his day? 10 of 16, only 150 yards, 4 touchdown passes, though. Then Brian Benson, 13 carries for 93 yards, complemented by Slagle's 10 carries for 88 yards. Gaudy numbers for the offense, and actually when you look at the defensive numbers, they're a little gaudy too. Handoff, Washington. He'll push across the 10 to about the 12. Pickup of 3, Trombetti in on the stop. Oilers getting some pretty good days here. Cade Rogers, 6 tackles, 4 of them solo, 2 assists, plus 2 tackles for loss and 2 interceptions. Quick throw out in the flat, and Cade Rogers again with the defensive play to keep it incomplete and set up a 3rd down and 7 situation. Fada Hunsey, 5 tackles in this one, 11 tackles for Chris Jefferson, 8 of them solo, 3 assists, plus his interception. And this defensive line has been harassing and harassing. They haven't gotten the sacks and tackles for loss they like, but they have been harassing. Back by Brenner. Look, lets it fly, and nice catch. Not a well-thrown ball because he didn't get his feet underneath him, and he took a pop for it at the end by Gibson. But he does get it away and get the completion for the 1st down as he found his tight end, Schweitzer. 1st and 10, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Back, quick throw out to Bolin, and Bolin splits a couple would-be tacklers and takes it out to the 35, another 1st down. Clock continues to move. 9:34 and counting. Going to be a good day for the Oilers here if everything stays as it is. Back, Brenner looks, throws to Washington in the backfield, hit almost immediately and dropped for the loss. Good persistent play, and let's make sure we get the right number here. I think that was Trombetti who got out there and made the tackle in space. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. 2 to the left, 1 to the near side. And someone's taking a timeout. The Oilers are going to take their 3rd and final timeout with 8:49 left and leading at 46-18. Back after this 30-second timeout on WLFC.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours. In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because
46-18 with 8:49 left in the game. The Eagles of Ashland will be looking at 2nd down and 14 when we restart here. And you could tell from Coach Keys' tone and from his exact words, really, in the pregame. This game meant a lot to him. He wanted to win, and he wanted to make a statement with a win, and so far the Oilers doing that. See if they can finish it here. Delay handoff to Washington, and he'll get back what was lost on the previous play, bring up a 3rd and 10. He felt like the Eagles, as his said, don't respect the Oilers, and he was looking to get some respect back. Actually picked up 3 of the 4 loss, so call it 3rd and 11. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the top. Straight drop by Brenner. Look, now he's flush from the pocket. Flag's thrown in what looks like an offensive holding area. Oilers bring down Brenner for about a 2-yard gain. Three different flags. The question is, do they all see the same thing? Oh, they're calling an illegal chop block. And they're giving Coach Keys the option. And Coach Keys going to back him up. So it stays third down, but they're going to back him up.
They won it.
Coach Keys is a fan of keeping the clock moving here as much as anything else. So this
penalty moves the ball to the
of the Eagles. Call it 3rd and 26. A couple receivers and a tight end split to the near side. Single receiver up top, that's the short side of the field. Back is Brenner. Oilers drop everybody off and not able to hold on. Incomplete. Big tight end went up for it and he started to come down, but he wasn't able to complete the catch. Would have been a first down, and that was a jump ball. I thought for a moment the Oilers might step in front of that one, but everybody, I think, afraid of being called for defensive pass interference. And now 4th down and 26. There's going to be another pooch, or I guess they don't have a whole lot of choice, trailing as they do. Nope, they will pooch it. Leaves it up there high. Everybody just needs to get away from that. Takes a slight bounce and roll to the favor of the Eagles, down just on the Oilers side of midfield. And call it actually put the nose of the football right at the midfield stripe. And that's where the Oilers will have it 1st and 10. .738 left. Again, Oilers back here at home next week. Another noon kickoff against the Tiffin Dragons, who last word were winning. Wide out to each side. Give to Slagle, bursts through the line, still on his feet, drives it inside the 35 and down to the 33. That's going to take him over 100 yards in this game. And another first down for the Oilers. Needed just 12 to get there. Oilers one wide out to each side again. Again to Slagle, left side. And he drives it inside the 25 to the 24. That'll be another 9-yard pickup. Oilers right about at their average of 230 rushing yards a game right now. If I told Coach Keys he'd have 230 rushing yards beforehand, he probably would have said, absolutely, we win. And that's how it appears it's going to go. 2nd down and a long one here. Handoff, 1st down yardage, still on his feet, still fighting for yards inside the 15. Down to the 14. Oilers not doing anything fancy here in the process. And Nate ran straight out of his shoe there. So he'll go off and get his shoe fixed, and Brian Benson checks back in. Speaking of Benson, he needs 7 yards to get to 100 for the day. Gets the handoff, and he's going to be stacked up for a loss. They just brought everybody on the left side. And he'll be brought down back at the 17, a loss of about 3. He'll check out. Lance Mitchell checks in. Split Richardson to the left. Flowers to the right. Clock continues to move. 5 minutes left. Oilers on top, 46-18. And looking at second down and 13 from the Ashland 17-yard line. Hand off to Mitchell, and he'll be dropped right about at the line of scrimmage. Maybe loses another yard as Eagles just teeing off on the run, and the Oilers just trying to keep the clock moving here. Slagle comes back in, replaces Mitchell. Nate Slagle's going to be just announced as the player of the game. A rushing touchdown, 2 receiving touchdowns. Almost 200 yards of total offense. He might be in the running for GMAC Offensive Player of the Week as well, as might his quarterback. Handoff to Nate. Bursts the right side, 10, 5, looking for the end zone, touchdown Oilers. And he just added to those numbers. Outstanding day for Nate Slagle, the senior out of Loveland, Ohio. The 2014 Ohio High School Defensive 2 Offensive Player of the Year, and again this year showing why he was and the skill set that got him there. Chase Wilcox on for the point after try as we're just under 4 minutes left here in the game. Spot is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 3:59 left in the game. Oilers lead at 53-18 over Ashland. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
The American dream to me as an immigrant means having the opportunity.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back.
Sorry, disappointment. Welcome back, and the Oilers kick it off after that last touchdown run by Nate Slagle. Fielded at the 8, brought out across the 20 to the 25, and upended about the 28-yard line. That's where the Eagles will go 1st and 10. Take a look at some other scores all at the half. Frostburg State leads KWC 7-6. Ohio Dominican starting to stretch it out on Lake Erie 28-10. The Hillsdale Chargers trying to battle back. They trail 21-17. And it's Alderson Broadus 7, Walsh 3. Again, all those games at the half in the GMAC. Handoff to Washington. He gets the corner turned and runs it up for a first down yardage right near the 39-yard line of Ashland. So the Oilers are going to give themselves still a chance at a conference title. They're still a game behind. It would require them to defeat the Eagles, and then all kinds of tiebreakers have to go certain ways. It's, to be honest, too complicated to get into now. Hand off to Washington. Bounce back and overrunning it. Trombetti in on the stop. as is Marbury. Call it no gain at the 39. 2nd and 10 from there. But Oilers looking to improve to look like they're going to improve to 7-3. Chance to get themselves to 8-3 next week against Tiffin. Delay handoff up the middle to Washington. He takes it across his own 45 to the 46. Sets up a 3rd down and about 3 for Ashland. Clock continuing to move. 2:33 and counting. Talk about and I know I use the term a lot with Matt Wensler, but efficient day he had. Outstanding effort between both Slagle and Benson out of the backfield. Nate's got the gaudier numbers. And then this defense, opportunistic as they've been over the last several weeks. 3 more interceptions, 2 of them by Cade Rogers. Jefferson with his 9th on the year. And this defensive line that just continues to improve, and the depth is really impressive of this unit. When you consider they really run through their 8-9 guys on a regular basis. 4th down and 2 now. And see if they just go ahead and pooch this one away again or not. They've changed quarterbacks. Jacob Heath is in there, and he's going to handle the pooch. It's a hop and a good roll to his favor. And it'll be down inside the 15. But with just 1:27 left, the Oilers will take a couple of knees. And this is going to be an Oiler victory. And the celebration on the sideline with the players and coaches begins. And the hometown fans starting to celebrate it a little bit as well. And for somebody who's been doing Oiler broadcasts for 15 years, I can tell you this one's been a while coming. I mentioned it earlier, Coach Keys, it was in his voice. A win here would mean a lot to him. Oilers change up some personnel. Wensler stays in there in this victory formation. Clock continues to click down. 1:19 and counting. Outstanding game plan on both sides of the ball by the Oilers, no doubt about it. Oilers had the intensity up pretty much this entire game. There was that one possession after the Oilers initially went up by 21, and then Ashland answered right back with a drive. And I mentioned the defensive coaching staff. You know, they do what good coaches do. They get after their guys and get their attention and their focus back, and that certainly has been the case since.
Being a champion takes more than talent.
Ball, special teams. And there's going to be about 2 seconds difference between game clock and play clock. So the Oilers are going to have to take this 3rd and final snap. And they can take it at any time, and that will end the game. They set, they take the knee. And the Oilers win this one in running away fashion, 53-18, a dominant win over the Ashland Eagles. We'll recap it and talk more about this and everything else after this on 88.3 WLFC.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Wasboro Rental Properties, a family.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student-athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student-athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student-athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Opportunity to me means doing the things that will make you a better future. I always dreamed of graduating from college. So being the first one in my family to graduate, it meant everything my parents sacrificed was paying off. Having an athletic scholarship for the University of Mount Olive was key for my success. I had the opportunity to not only get an education, but be able to develop as an individual.
Over the long-dreaded foe, the Ashland Eagles, 53-18, the final score. Let's go ahead and recap the scoring for this one. The Oilers had the opening kickoff, not able to do a lot with it, kicked it away. Ashland was driving, but then an interception by Cade Rogers set up the Oilers for a 6-play, 42-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 26 seconds. 4 plays, 43 and a minute, 54 seconds, capped off with a Brian Benson 5-yard run. The Demler kick was good. Oilers were in front 7-0. Credit to the Eagles. They answered right back. They go a 6-play, 42-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 26 seconds. Capped off with a 10-yard touchdown pass from Brenner to Bolin. They go for the 2-point conversion and make it, and they are up 8-7. But then from that point on, the Oilers take over. Put together a 6-play, 47-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 38 seconds. Stoffel, a 2-yard touchdown catch from Winsler. The 2-point conversion was no good, but the Oilers were in front 13-8. The Eagles would then come up with a field goal from 26 yards from Satchel Denton, and then the Oilers start to go on a tear. Nate Slagle, a big day for him. 19-yard touchdown catch from Winsler, capped off a 3-play, 40-yard drive. Oilers were up 20-0 after the Demler kick. Oilers get the football back again, a 4-play, 35-yard drive. That was after an onside kick that was successful. Took just a minute 25. Slagle in from 27 yards on the pass from Winsler. The Demler kick was no good. Oilers 26-11. Oilers get the football back again. Put together a 6-play, 59-yard drive coming off an outstanding kickoff return. 5-yard pass to Reuben Flowers from Matt Wensler. The kick by Demler was good. 33-11. Ashland then kind of counterpunches a little bit to get it back within 15. They put together a 7-play, 67-yard drive that literally went right down the field. 2 minutes and 32 seconds. 1-yard run by Austin Williams to cap it off. The Denton kick was good. It's 33-18, but that refocused the Oilers. They answer back with a drive of their own. 9 plays, 75 yards, took 5 minutes and 2 seconds. Slagle, the 17-yard run. The Demler kick no good, but the Oilers up by 21 again, 39-18. Oilers get the football back again. 2 plays, 17 yards after the interception, again by Cade Rogers. Derek Lynch runs it in from 18 yards out. Chase Wilcox's kick after it was good. It was 46-18 Oilers. And then to really cap things off, the Oilers take the football back and go 6 plays, 50 yards, 3 minutes and 39 seconds. Slagle again, this time from 18 yards out again. The kick by Wilcox was good, gets us to our final numbers of 53-18. Take a look at the numbers. Pretty even on the first down category, 25-23. Third down efficiency, neither team great at third down today. 29% for the Eagles on 4 of 14. Eagles were 3 of 9. Fourth down, Oilers 1 for 1. The Eagles 2 of 3, 67. Total plays, the Eagles ran 70 of them for 398 yards. Oilers only ran 56 for 407 yards. 150 yards through the air, but as we'll talk about, they made the most of those 150 yards. 203 through the air for the Eagles in this one. Rushing yards, 257 for the Oilers, right around their average, 195 for the Eagles in this one. Take a look at some of the other individual numbers here. Austin Brenner, 17 of 28 for 203, had the touchdown but had 3 interceptions. Matt Winsler, 10 of 16, 150 yards, but 4 touchdown passes on the day. Washington, 24 carries for 103 yards. Brenner, 11 more carries for 73. Slagle, 14 carries, 142 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Benson, 14 for 90 and a rushing touchdown. And for that matter, Derek Lynch, 3 for 32 and a rushing touchdown for the Oilers. Logan Bolin was the favorite receiver for Brenner. He had 7 catches for 107 and the touchdown. Stufel, 5 catches for 53 and a touchdown. Flowers, 3 for 51 and a touchdown. And Nate Slagle, 2 catches for 46 yards and the 2 touchdowns in this one. And that gives you some of the key numbers in this one. We're going to go ahead, take a timeout. When we come back, we'll talk with Coach Rob Keys and wrap things up. Again, the Oilers victorious over the Eagles, 53-18. Back in a moment on 88.3 WLFC.